How's it going? Welcome to an emergency edition of KMS Wrap Up. The show is not going to be dropping today until around, I heard, 4 to 6 due to scheduling conflicts, and there needs to be some things done with the show. I don't know about you guys. I brought in. This is going to be a Matthew Corano centric show, due to the fact that some people are saying that the reason the show is up today is due to the fact of Matthew Corano's incompetency. I brought in well-known supporters of Corano. I brought in John from Scranton, who's been, I believe, a M1 Matthew since day one, and Red, who also is a very well-known Matthew Corano supporter.
Yeah, I love him.
How you boys doing today?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing well, Justin. It would be great to have a show today to listen to. I'd be doing great, but
nothing like waking up late a day and knowing, Corano didn't even put the show up yet. So
I was excited when I saw, because I was like, fuck yeah, I gotta sleep in until like 7. Yeah. I was like, I gotta sleep until 7. I don't have to wake up and start doing shit until the show gets up at 6. But
Justin, no. Can you explain? I know you don't like to give away inside stuff, behind the scenes stuff. Can you explain for us how did this happen?
Oh, okay. I have no idea. I'm in the dark just as much as you guys. I called Corano, I called Steve to see if there was anything I could do. If I needed to go to the studio to upload it, if I needed to do some editing. They said there's really nothing I could do in the moment. We're just gonna have to wait until Corano gets done with whatever prior obligations he had today. And
a rest area somewhere, maybe.
I have no idea.
Some schedules can't be broken.
I have no idea when it comes to any of that stuff. So I am very interested in seeing what's happening right now does not make me more excited for the show dropping later today. It makes me so excited for tomorrow's show. I am so because I don't know if you guys saw the wrap up yesterday, but the one thing I was saying about Corano is I don't know how he would react to a Steve Robinson phone call episode where, Kirk calls up Minifans and says, shit on Steve. I'm not sure Corano is capable of taking that heat.
I don't think he is. I think he is, and he's going to have to sit there for it.
You couple the Carrabis, the outrageous Carrabis takes from yesterday, and you couple it with, I'm not sure, this could be completely on someone else. It could be the internet went down. I have no idea.
It doesn't matter. It's Corano's fault. It's Corano's fault.
I'm just going to go with
is it a worse time for this to happen than after yesterday's episode where I think he thought he had angel wings? After listening to yesterday's show, I've never seen somebody so confident in themselves. I love confidence. Look at me. I'm a confident guy. But Corano, Jesus,
it's maddening. His irrational confidence. Dude. He can't even run the phones. Now he can't upload the show. I've never seen anybody who is worse at their job and just has no self-awareness at all. Absolutely no self-awareness. He's a maddening individual. I can't even pretend to go along with it. I'm not a Steve fan, but Corano sucks shit. He is the fucking worst. He's the worst.
He's a good you know me, I'm always trying to look at the bright side of things, and he does a lot for the show. He does parody songs, he does whatever in that, but guy's attitude.
Hold on, John. That guy's
attitude is the fucking worst.
John, it's been like a year since Rape or MHB is a pussy. Okay,
that's true.
It's been a long time. Is all I'm saying. So that's also a fact.
My only problem, I have complete respect for what Corano does. I think he's a great intern producer, but my only thing is, you can't talk like you're, Cy Young, like you're Barry Bonds, like you're just the most incredible person ever. You're great. He was saying yesterday, he's like, I'm the best judge of talent. And then he's going off about how Carrabis sucks and how Quantum Week Chris is on
that got me yesterday,
level.
Justin. That bothered me yesterday when he was like, I have an eye for talent. It's just like, Corano, what gives you?
It's like, just
what do you mean you have an eye for talent?
You can't be living in a fantasy world. We all make mistakes. I'm just curious to see how he owns up to these mistakes.
There's got to be one guy out there today it's Jarrett Carrabis. He picks a fight with Matthew Corano one day, and the next day the show's not up. Carano's fucking up. I mean, I got these shirts out now.
Carrabis did not pick
right.
a fight with Carrabis did not pick a fight with Matt Carano. Carano picked a fight with Jared Carrabis.
No. What happened was, and Chris pointed this out, Corano tried to weasel a fight between Jared Carrabis and Chris, which really was weaseling a fight for him and Carrabis. There is no man who tries to promote himself more than Chris.
I said that yesterday. I have no problem with
I'm
that.
all for it. But there is no one that does it more than that guy.
But
you gotta deliver. He didn't deliver today. So like, if he'd had a perfect week,
like
where
I said,
the episode was out, all the power to him. But like,
I have no problem with the confidence and all that stuff. But it's just you gotta back it up. I'm not a confident person, and I never back it up. So
the things that frustrate me. His wife is his best friend is something that he shares on the show. For a guy who has this much confidence,
his wife is my best friend. To be fair, too. So.
Running down the list, I know, which is great. That's fine if that's the case. But who talks like that? Who does that on the show? He should admit that to his wife, but not to his actual friends or even on the show. He sounds like a cornball.
Oh well.
I will take this time to say, Carmen, hope you are my best friend.
Yeah. Okay, great. That's awesome. My wife is my best friend too. I would never fucking say that. Secondly, he drinks mudslides. He's a frisbee golf enthusiast. How is this guy a fan of the show?
Self-admitted anarchist. Anarchist too.
See, Red, I think that is what's it called? Ad hominem right there. I'm not a big fan of like personal attacks that really have nothing to do with it. With the performance, I mean, if your wife is your best friend, shit. I mean,
and that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is all these things that wrap up together. Is that a Minifan that you've ever met before? I'm stunned that this guy is a fan of the show and likes the same show that I like. Like, I would hang out with you guys. I've met plenty of Minifans. Hang out, have a beer, chat them up. I'd even do it with Steve Robinson. Matt Carano he's unappealing. To the ears, to the eyes, the soul patch, it's disgusting.
Do you think he thinks he's a better backup producer than Dave?
I think he thinks he's a better producer than Steve.
True.
I mean,
never happened to the Cullinane era, guys. Never.
No,
which is perfectly fine. Like I said before, I mean, he has confidence in himself, but I think he tries to make the show. Everyone always says that Steve is big on making politics. He wants it to turn into the Robinson Report. I don't necessarily think Corano wants to turn it into the Corano Report. I just think he enjoys talking about himself. I mean, during yesterday's show, there was one point where Kirk goes, I was battling in 2013 or 2015. I was battling shingles for a while, and I was bedridden.
Yeah.
And Corano goes, "You and my grandmother both." It's just like.
And Steve's a one-upper too. Like, he does that shit too. Like, Steve does it, and Kirk calls him out all the time. But like Matt, I noticed yesterday during the show, Matt was like, yeah, you still didn't sign up for our Patreon.
Which is great. I think he should be able to.
I love it. I'm a subscriber to Quantum Week. Even
it takes stones, man, to sit there and say that to Kirk Minahan, man. Like, it's irrational confidence on a whole nother level. I envy it, I guess, in a way.
I mean,
it's just
he has taken personal attacks virtually at all of us. So like,
yes,
at one point in time, Corano, as I learned yesterday.
Oh, that's right, John. You're a drug dealer. That's right.
Corano
let us know that.
That's why I woke up at 12 today, buddy.
Oh yeah. That's
right. So Corano has said that I have single-handedly tried to sabotage the Kirk Minahan show, and to date, he has done more to sabotage the Kirk Minahan show than I have, right?
It's pretty dangerous. It's dangerous activity from this guy. I don't like.
I'm just saying, like, the show's not up still.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't think it should turn into a pissing contest or anything like that. But I'm just super excited to see, because I believe they're recording tonight.
Oh, are they?
To see, they're recording.
Okay, nice.
I think.
Are they going to record before this show comes up? How's that going to work? The logistics.
I have no idea. I'm in the same camp as everyone else here.
In the dark, man.
But I think it is very interesting to see.
That's right where he wants
if Carrabis is just going to go all on, because I'm still under the assumption, because I might have been DMing with the Rocket last night.
Whoa.
And I said, I hope you don't pull any punches. Like, this is the thing. And he said, I won't, but he's going to give him a chance to walk himself back. I think Corano backs up. I think he backs it up. I think he says, it's just a joke. I mean, we're both too successful there. We're two very successful podcasters. You with Section 10 and me with Quantum Week. And I think there's not the fight. We're not going to get the fight out of Corano that we want. I think Carrabis is coming to fight.
Carrabis could 1-2 bury Corano, so it's not going to be a huge fight. Like him posting the dead man guy digging up the grave yesterday was like almost that could kill a man. Like that kind of a tweet could kill a man. So like it might be vicious tonight. I can't wait. You're right. Justin's right. I am more excited for tomorrow's episode. Excuse me. I'm more excited for tomorrow's episode now.
And people forget that the last time Carrabis was in there, Corano, with all his shit talk for Barstool, he didn't say shit to Carrabis about it then. So hopefully, he sacks up and does it now because he wanted no part of that rocket smoke last time either. So
yeah. And then he talks trash on him too when he was in the studio. It's this time like, yo, you were in the studio with him before. Why didn't you talk shit on him then? Like what the fuck?
If you're going to pick a fight with someone from Barstool too, I think Carrabis is in the top 5 of people who will actually fight back.
And he's good. I always say this about
Carrabis. That's what I mean.
Carrabis can handle punches. He's good for the metaverse.
You got Kirk. You got Portnoy. I guess you got KFC. I would even put Carrabis ahead of KFC.
Carrabis will keep it clean where KFC has a lot of influence and he'll just get dirty with you. KFC has gone after the blind. You know what I mean? So he'll fight
who hasn't
anybody.
gone after the blind at bars?
Right. True. In the metaverse, not many people. Yeah,
you can always go personal with KFC, but with Carrabis, he loves pro wrestling. He's got that. That guy in him where he can talk it up.
It's the thing with going after Carrabis too is he's not a very his personal. I think the most information about his personal life we've ever heard about is from the Kirk Minahan show. Before that, it's all been professional. You really don't know. I mean, you obviously got the stuff with KFC.
He says his sister is adopted. He keeps it real. He keeps it nothing gets to him. I think he's real good at letting nothing get to him.
Right. So, and I loved his stuff that he talked about with his girlfriend or his personal life. I don't understand what Corano was talking with that because I think that's probably the most fascinating part.
Well, that was another thing from yesterday's episode. He was like, no one gives a shit about his girlfriend. It's like, I care more about every single word Jared Carrabis says than when Corano was on that show.
And he can still be a baseball hardo. He was on Twitter today funny. Going back and forth with Quantum Week Chris. He can still do that too. I don't understand what.
And he's one of these guys when the Red Sox are losing, he just has a backup team and he just fully supports that team then, and he just completely avoids the Red. I love when he does. He knows how to have troll fight. He's good at it. I love it.
I can't wait. I hope this is a feud. This is just the beginning of a feud.
What do we think Kirk will? Do you think Kirk will have an episode like the phone call Steve Robinson episode, which was one of my favorite? I was working that day. I took off work early because I started hearing that, and
That's
I just sat in the parking lot. I swear to God, I love it that much.
But I'm sure it will eventually happen. I mean, if Steve has to take another week off if he gets sick or another family emergency or something like that. But I just think it'd be very interesting to see how Corano would handle that. I'm not entirely sure he would handle it as well. I mean, say what you want about Steve. Steve showed up the next day and he can take a punch. I'm not sure. I think Corano would try to fight back with Kirk too much. And I don't think it would, I mean, you don't want to fight back with Kirk when he's in
he's also just going to do that sarcastic. Well, that's the other thing too, is I don't like about Corano's style is he's just going to do the sarcastic, repeat your insult or argument back to you like a teenager. It's not interesting to me. Alex Reamer does a lot of that shit too. It's just there's no level, there's no next level to what he does. There's no depth there. He's kind of an empty head in that way. But I mean, seems like a nice guy too.
Great.
But I'm excited for the show to drop today. There's really not much to say on it. I mean, we know that Timmy Canton and Steve from Providence was in studio. I will say, I mean, Steve from Providence has some fucking pelts on his belt. I mean, he's got some kills. He's got.
I thought he got you, Justin. You've come back from the dead a little bit.
He almost got me. He might still have got me. Who knows? And let's see if what the result of this is. Once again, I could say we could all be completely wrong. This could have nothing to do with Corano. It could be, someone wandered into the studio and stole the MacBook or something. But who knows? Let's go with the fun idea that Corano fucked up.
I hope it is. I hope
definitely Corano. So Justin, you're kicking ass on this, man. Like I gotta say,
good job, buddy. You're doing really good.
These wrap-up shows are great. Hopefully you stick with it and you keep this thing going.
Oh, I'm sticking with it.
You're kind of making us obsolete, man. I don't even know if we should do the rundown anymore, honestly.
Like, you know what? Fuck it, Red. Let's get rid of it. Let's fucking
honestly, like you're kicking ass.
They can make their own show, Red. Make them make their own show.
Well, I'm just gonna keep on chugging along. A great man once said, "Chop wood, carry water." Yeah. So that's what I'll be doing.
I said one time, yeah. People are saying that.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys have anything else. I mean, this is gonna kind of be a quicker episode as there's not much to really get into, but anything else you guys want to say about kind of the state of the? Because I don't think the shows have been terrible. I think yesterday was not a great Corano performance, just because I just think his takes were just insane. I think Kirk got the most of it. I think the ability to just be like, what the fuck did you just say about Carrabis? And the fact that he just went from 0 to 100. It's not like he was even like, I'm not the biggest Carrabis fan. It was like, he sucks. He has no talent. He has no he was only given the opportunity. Carrabis might be the most self-made person at Barstool besides Dave Portnoy. The fact, I think he was like reporting for the Red Sox when he was very into the Red Sox.
He wrote that book. He wrote like a published book when he was in high school about
it. Yeah, and I mean, he's always been like a reporter. I remember listening on the Sports Hub. They would talk about him like, yeah, there's some kid who gets all these inside scoops, who's like talking about how they're going to sign Pablo Sandoval before like anyone else knows. And it's just, I mean, to say that Carrabis is just a talentless.
I mean, he has like the open pass to like Fenway and stuff too. Like they let him do whatever he wants there.
Right. Whatever he wants. He gets the Stephen Murphy treatment. He can do whatever he wants when he's inside those.
Well, that's the wild thing was the Dave Portnoy podcast where they were talking about Carrabis and made him come off as kind of a lazy guy because Carrabis seems like a grinder. He seems like a hustler following his career. So it's interesting that Portnoy has those things to say about him. So that's going to be really good tonight for them to play that sound. Hopefully Corano doesn't screw that up too, and they can actually play that sound and react to it. That'll be really good.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
So as we're kind of wrapping it up here, boys, I did want to promote a little bit the rundown. We are taping tomorrow night. We should be out Saturday. It's probably the last time that we're going to do the rundown, not only because of how good this is going, but Visionless Dave and Ziggy Robinson have sucked shit recently. I'm tired of them. So we're probably going to have it out tomorrow night. So it's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed doing it. Justin, but keep kicking ass, man. This is awesome.
I'm not going to promote anything because I'm not a clout chasing fuck like Red.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Well, there is going to be some sort of hopefully later tonight. I'm going to scavenge up a few Minifans for the actual wrap up for today's show. I don't know if that's going to be dropping. It all depends on when the show drops. It might be at 8, might be at 9. Mm-hmm. I'm still in the works of getting this onto an audio format and an RSS feed and into podcasting. It's taking a couple days. But hopefully that gets it up. I believe there's also going to be some sort of eating competition between Jay,
that was a tentative 8:00 on Tuesday that they were supposed to do.
So. I think someone messaged me and they said
I think they're getting it done today. So
it might be at 7. So I don't know. That could be interesting. Yeah, so I think that wraps it up. Thank you to
post the show, Corano. Post the show, Corano.
Post the show.
Thank you to Kirk, to Steve, to Matt for having us do this, and I will talk to you later on tonight.